What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counter Punch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Conor Benn, Chris Eubank Jr. Get this. You will never fight again. Conor Benn fires chilling warning to Chris Eubank Jr. after rival calls out Jake Paul for a fight. Conor Benn has vowed to retire Chris Eubank Jr. after his rival called out YouTube star turned boxer Jake Paul for a fight. The two Brits have held talks over an historic October 8th grudge match that will mirror the rivalry of their legendary fathers 32 years later. Wow. But YouTube star Jake Paul dragged himself into their rivalry by criticizing Eubank Jr. on Twitter. Eubank Jr. quickly responded to the American saying that they can share the ring once he deals with Benn. His comments caught the attention of the 25-year-old rival Benn, who says he shouldn't be so certain he'll be stepping inside the ring against Jake Paul because Benn replied, "You won't fight again after you've shared the ring with me. I'll be your last fight." Wow. Okay, let me counterpunch. I think that this is brilliant. You know, it's almost like if Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis had a son and they fought. Puts me in their mind of actually Muhammad Ali and George Foreman. Because if you guys can remember, George Foreman had a daughter named Frida. God bless the dead. And Muhammad Ali, of course, had Layla Ali. Now, Frida Foreman and Layla Ali fought, you know, and it was something to see. You know, it was definitely something to see. I'm trying to see what year that was. You know what? I got it wrong. It wasn't George Foreman. It was Jacqueline Frazier. Okay, Jacqueline Frazier. And so that was Frazier, better yet, and bigger rivalry. Frazier and Ali. So Jacqueline Frazier lied, and Layla Ali, they fought. Okay, and because I thought it was Frida, but it wasn't. It was Jacqueline Frazier. That was a good fight I can remember. And that's back when I used to love women boxing. You know, maybe late 99, early 2000s, you had Layla Ali, you had Mia St. John, Christy Martin, the coal miner's daughter. You had a lot of these female fighters fight. But this here, though, saying all that to say this about Benn and Eubank Jr., these guys, Chris Eubank, Nigel Benn, they had a rivalry just like that spewed over the pond. People knew who those guys were. If you didn't know British boxing, you still knew them. You still knew who Chris Eubank was, and you damn sure knew who Conor Benn was. I'm sorry, Nigel Benn was, right? So like those two guys were that, and they fought hard, and they, you know, and it was a hell of a rivalry. Now the legacy moves on to the sons. Chris Eubank has been beaten. Conor Benn has not been beaten. Okay, so I met him, Conor, cool guy and everything. But I think what happens, the rivalry, I think they fight that much harder. I think it's going to be a hell of a fight. I do it because you're going to have both fighters. It's like looking at Rocky 3 with Drago and Drago's kid and Rock, you know what I mean? And then Creed and all that. Well, it's going to be like that because, you know, they're going to be fighting for more than just themselves. They're going to be fighting for the legacy of their names, you know, and Jake Paul, I think Jake Paul is good at making buzz, but I really think Chris Eubank was just really responding to him. I don't think he meant to disrespect Conor Benn. You know what I mean? Because he was like, yo, when I get through with him, I'm going to deal with you. And you know, Chris Eubank said that simply because Jake Paul talks shit, but he also knows that YouTuber is some money involved. Think about it. You think Chris Eubank is going to turn down $2 million like Tommy Fury possibly done? No. He's going to want that cash. And I don't think he would have took a fight with Conor Benn if he didn't think he could beat Conor Benn, and vice versa for Conor Benn. I just think Jake Paul should be a consolation prize to whoever wins. You know what I mean? Because I think that's, like, again, Jake Paul is great with marketing himself, and putting himself in that equation. So it's safe to say, like, whoever wins out of you two guys, y'all are going to deal with me, the YouTuber that turned boxer. But yeah, Conor Benn he's promising to retire Chris Eubank Jr. That right there, word retire. So final. So that's a real big order, though, especially coming from a guy like that, knowing who his dad is, knowing who Conor's dad is, that's a high order. And that could be one dangerous situation, and definitely one dangerous promise that, hey, I'm going to retire you after that, not just knock you out. No, retire you, And I know that was from the disrespect that he felt when Chris Eubank Jr. called out Jake Paul. I do remember that. And I read, like, damn, Chris, you calling out Jake Paul? Yes, he did. But this just makes it that much more intriguing. I look forward to that fight. I will cover that fight. They're going to be at a catchweight, I think, like at 156 or something like that. So, we'll see both guys do what they do. You guys tell me what you think of Conor Benn warning Chris Eubank Jr. that he's going to retire him in their clash together. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace.